We need to talk about gaslighting. And when it comes to gaslighting, there's no better example than CNN's anchors. These people are just perfect at this. And regarding the garbage remarks from President Joe Biden, they are trying to do their best to twist whatever Biden said in a way that is palatable or excusable or something. This is one of the most egregious examples of gaslighting that you will ever see. Joe Biden called Trump supporters garbage because he has a stutter. This is you need to hear this. Let me see.
Say though, Bakari, he was in his house, the White House. He was in his house doing this, and the reporting is that there are places that he can be useful, but he's not everywhere.
Okay. She's talking about Joe Biden. In this case, there are places that he can be useful. He is not useful at the White House. She said that. He's at his house, at the White House. There are places that he can be useful. This is not one of those. This is Saturday Night Live material. This cannot get better than this. You need to rewatch this to just absorb the amount of pain and the amount of secondhand embarrassment that these people are feeling.
Say though, Bakari, he was in his house, the White House. He was in his house doing this, and the reporting is that there are places that he can be useful, but he's not everywhere.
It's really, imagine getting paid for this. Imagine for a minute that you get paid to say this kind of things. Would you be able to say this kind of things? I couldn't. I couldn't say this kind of things with a straight face. She's trying. This lady is trying. She's stuttering herself. She's stumbling with her words herself. I can understand because I couldn't say this with a straight face. It's impossible for me. And maybe some of you can say it, or you will burst into laughter, or you would be hiding your face under the table. I don't know. But this is too much.
Like you might expect a sitting president to be for his vice president.
I don't know that I would expect this president to be everywhere in this moment. I mean, look, a critical element, any coach will tell you, any CEO will tell you, a critical element of running a team and winning is...
I find it funny, the facial expressions of this guy. Maybe he's got some kind of facial paralysis. I'm being serious, okay? I'm not joking about that. So at some point, I could say that I find his expressions funny, but I have to be careful because it could be that he's got some kind of facial paralysis. But I think that he was extra triggered trying to find an explanation to Biden's behavior, and it has to be really uncomfortable to try to come up live with an explanation for someone else's behavior. Try to think about that. I mean, you have to absolutely justify someone's behavior, no matter what, live, in front of a live audience with people around you, all looking at each other's faces. Let's compete. Who tells the most insane things? Let's make it this competition, and maybe they are doing exactly that. They are competing against each other. Who says the most insane things, and whoever wins, well, gets to be king of the hill for one day.
Assessing the strengths and weaknesses of your team members and making sure you allocate them in the right way. Joe Biden has never been a big arena speaker.
Oh, no. You are not going to tell me that Joe Biden has never been a great arena speaker, because I remember the Democratic National Convention. I was not that much into politics, but I was into body language. And I remember that people were telling me to analyze some things about it was in 2016, the Democratic National Convention. And I remember Joe Biden's speech, and it was really strong. It was the moment that he shouted, "Malarkey." He was strong. He was really fierce. Okay, he was reading from a teleprompter, he was doing it really well. He had this great delivery. That was, of course, 8 years ago. And you know that Biden is absolutely not the same. It's amazing how he has changed. But no, this man is wrong. Joe Biden has a knack for public speaking. The guy has been in the job for how long? And you need to have abilities in public speaking. This is not an if you have them or if you can. No. You need to have them.
Never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone who had a stutter growing up, it's very obvious to me that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there.
It's obvious that there's an apostrophe at the end of supporters there. And let's watch the video just in case if we miss it.
My home state of Delaware, they're good, decent, honorable people.
Close your eyes so we can sense the apostrophe.
The only garbage I see floating out there is his supporters.
How would you be able to detect that? How would you be able to detect that difference? That is absolute nonsense. He's making that up because, well, that is his job. His job is making up that kind of stuff. And he said, oh, growing with a stutter myself, I developed the mutant ability to detect apostrophes in words that are homophones. Homophones is the name. You know, two words that are pronounced exactly the same and there's no difference between them and there's no way for you to extract that difference from the pronunciation because they are literally pronounced the same. No, well, I didn't know that people with a stutter develop that ability, but that's something that you always learn something new every day.
Biden has never been a big arena speaker. He's never been the most fluid speaker. And by the way, as someone who had a stutter growing up, it's very obvious to me that there's an
It's very obvious to me. It's very obvious to me that you are really arrogant, man. It's very obvious to me. It's very obvious to me. Yeah, of course. I got you measured.
Apostrophe at the end of supporters there. He was referring to the garbage spewed by supporters, not simply the supporters themselves.
Now he's saying about the garbage spewed by supporters. My God, you're really good. This guy is good. This guy is a bullshit making machine. I mean, it's like it has a name. This is when it's a machine that has a conveyor belt, that it's constantly producing bullshit, BS, and he does it with such finesse, with keeping a straight face, with a bit of crazy facial expressions. But I am surprised, and I think that the lady has the face that, well, you won, you will be king of the day. You said the most insane thing today. Good for you. Yeah, I cannot go there. I simply cannot go there. He was the king of the hill in terms of BS that day at CNN, if that is such a thing, and it should be, because these people are just amazing. I'm actually impressed. I'm actually impressed how you say that live with a straight face, and you talk to your colleagues, and yeah, it is obvious to me that he was talking about the garbage spewed by his supporters in the morning before they drink their coffee. It's the garbage spewed in the morning, not at night, because those are different garbage kinds of garbages. Again, I thought I could read people. This guy can read garbage in an apostrophe, in an homophone word. I'm actually impressed. He should have a YouTube channel. He should have a YouTube channel. But well, I would like to know what you think about this in the comments. And again, I remind you to download my Body Language in 40 Days book. I've got a book, a body language book. So many of you ask me, so do you have a body language book? I'm writing a new one, but it's going to take a while because I want to write the definitive guide on human behavior. That is going to take a while, maybe perhaps a couple of years. It's a lot of work. But meanwhile, when it comes to body language, my body language in 40 days, you can go to Amazon with the link in the description and get it as ebook or paperback. And you will learn not only to read other people, but to control your own body language and use both knowledges to persuade better, to influence other people, and of course, prevent being manipulated. So get my Body Language in 40 Days book in the description of this video.